Greetings to all the students. We are once again here with the biology topic nervous system part 2. In the previous topic, we have seen nervous system part 1. What is nervous system? What are the two parts of the nervous system? We have divided nervous system into two parts, central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. What is central nervous system? Brain and spinal cord. What is peripheral nervous system? It consists of nerves. What are the two types of the nerves? What are nerves? Bundles of nerve fibers. What are nerve fibers? These are the specialized cells which are called neurons. Sensory nerves are made up of sensory neurons and motor nerves are made up of motor neurons. And we have seen their structure and their adaptations. In today's class, we will see what is a reflex action. So reflex action is a sudden involuntary response. Whenever you touch a hot object, you quickly withdraw your hand without thinking. Whenever bright light falls into your eyes, you blink without thinking. So these are all the quick automatic actions, not in your control. It is in the control of the unconscious part of the brain. And it helps an organism, it helps all of us to adapt with the changing circumstances around us, and we can stay protected from the dangers in this way. We have different sense organs, eyes, nose, ears, tongue, and with the help of the skin, with the help of these sense organs, we receive the stimulus or stimuli plural, and we give sudden response, which are called involuntary or reflex action. On the other hand, the voluntary responses are those responses which we think and then we perform. For example, if the pencil falls on the floor, it is not like instantly without thinking you will pick up, you will think, you will decide, and then you will pick up the pencil. If someone knocks on the door, you will think and then you will take the decision to go and open the door. So this is the difference between voluntary and involuntary responses. What is a reflex arc? It is a complete pathway through which the impulse travels. Whenever you touch a hot object, how it works. The heat is the stimulus, and then it is received by the skin receptor cells, and the impulse in the form of the free mobile sodium and potassium ions run over the sensory neurons from one neuron to another neuron, and finally it reaches to the central nervous system where the data is processed and the response comes in the same way like free mobile ions over motor neurons to the effectors, which are the muscles. So this complete pathway is called reflex arc. So you can see a reflex arc over here. A person is touching a hot object. So over here, heat is the stimulus. Okay, so heat is the stimulus. This is heat. So this stimulus, heat, is received by the sensory receptor cells of the skin, and then the free mobile ions, which we call impulse, are moving over the sensory neuron from one sensory neuron to other sensory neuron, and you can see this part which you are seeing, it is actually our spinal cord. So it gets inside the spinal cord and finally it reaches to the main middle part of our spine, and then here the data will be processed, and then the response will come back via motor neuron to your hand muscles, which are the effectors, and they contract, and you will quickly withdraw your hand. You will not think that you have to withdraw your hand. You will instantly withdraw your hand. So this entire pathway which you are seeing, from starting from receiving the stimuli till the you are showing the response, is called the reflex arc. So you can see this is the simple scheme of the reflex arc. This is your receptor. For example, this is your eye. So the bright light is falling into your eye. So this is the bright light. What is bright light? Bright light is the stimulus. So your eye receptor cells have received the stimuli, and in the form of the free mobile ions, the impulse is going from sensory neuron. So this is the sensory neuron into the spinal cord. The data is processed and the response is coming through the spinal cord into your motor, to your effector muscle. So your pupil will become smaller and you will blink your eye. So inside the spinal cord, this neuron which you are seeing, which is connecting the sensory and motor neuron, is called a relay neuron. So what is a relay neuron? It makes a connection in between the sensory and the motor neurons, and it is located inside the spinal cord. This is another diagram. You can see your skin is pricked with a pin, and unconsciously if someone pricks you with a pin, what you will do? With a jerk, you will withdraw your hand. So you can see here are your skin receptor cells. So they have received the stimulus. And in the form of the free mobilize, the stimulus is going over your sensory neurons into your central nervous system, that is your spinal cord. The data will be processed and the response is coming. This is the relay neuron. So it will pick the response and drop it to the motor neuron. And then the motor neurons are bringing the response is moving, just like a train moves over a track, over the motor neurons, and finally comes to your effectors, which are your hand muscles, and you will, with a jerk, you will withdraw your hand. So this is another example of the reflex arc. So we have to understand this picture. We have to learn the labeling of this picture for our exams. These are the different, you can say chain of sequence of the things which are taking place. So stimulus, any change in the surrounding received by your receptors. Receptors can be your eye, your skin, your nose, your tongue. And then via sensory neuron, the impulse is going to your spinal cord. Then via relay neuron, the response is picked up and dropped to the motor neuron. And the motor neuron is bringing the response to the effector muscles. And then effector muscles will bring the response. For example, we can say that the light is the stimulus. So light is the stimulus. This is light. It is received by your receptor, that is your eye. Then via sensory neuron. Then the relay neuron is bringing the response to your motor nerve, optic nerve. And over here, your iris muscles. Your iris muscles. And the response is pupil constriction. The response is pupil constriction. So this is the sequence of the events taking place. This is how the impulse is going and response is coming. So this is all for today. Again, we will be here in the next topic of the same nervous system. Let's see what is left in the nervous system. That's all for today. Bye bye. See you in the next class.